Would you look at the time? It looks like it's tea time with Treasure. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be discussing the masterpiece that is Hamilton the musical, the film, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be ranking all the songs and like doing a movie review, kind of a movie, film, play, musical review kind of through that. I stole this idea from Anna Bibi. She's another YouTuber whom I love. She's like the only YouTuber I follow. I'm treating Hamilton as a fictitious work of art. So all of you A-push history experts who got 4s and 5s in the AP exam can hakuna your tatas, okay? Because I'm treating it as fiction. I know the founding fathers were bad. I know they all owned slaves, okay? I know they were bad, but I love me some Christopher Jackson, and he's George Washington to me, and it's fiction. So let's jump right in. Let me tell you something. Hamilton is a masterclass. It's an educational experience, not because it's teaching me about history, okay? So A-push history experts, calm down. But because it's teaching me, it's just a masterclass. It's teaching me a masterclass on how you should film a musical. Because when we asked for Broadway to be more available to everybody else, because sure, I live in New York, sure, I can see Broadway plays, but what about my friends who live in other parts of the world who can't come to Broadway, can't afford to come be here and spend so much money on these expensive tickets? We wanted it to be filmed so we can all experience it. And then they made Cats. Who asked for Cats? I don't care about Cats. I didn't want to see it. It's already a bad musical. I had to say, it had to be said. It's a bad musical. It's one of the worst. And I don't understand why they decided that it would be a good idea to make it into one. Make it into a film for all to see. Just because you put Taylor Swift in it doesn't mean it's going to be good. I'm going to say it had to be said. I'm sorry for that tangent, but it just had to be said. Hamilton, the film, is exactly what we wanted. A masterclass on giving the theater kids what they want. Now, I'm not a theater kid. But I am a theater kid. So this is exactly what we wanted. And I mean, I personally saw Hamilton June of 2016. It's where I got this shirt. And they also filmed the movie June of 2016. So I saw with the original cast, and now it's great kind of like comparing their performances to what I saw in this film. It's just a masterclass on how to sing. Don't even get me started. I could name names. A masterclass on how to cast a musical. I could name names. Christopher Jackson, oh. Renee Elise Goldsberry, oh. I named those 2 names and you already know what's about to happen. You already know you're gonna see something that's going to blow your mind. And that's what Hamilton did. It blew my mind. And if you are a theater kid or just a person, a regular schmegular person, and you're gonna tell me that you don't like Hamilton, you're lying. You're a liar. You're trying to be different. You're trying to not be like other girls, but you're a liar because you love it. We all love it, okay? So calm down. Let's jump in. Number 46 for me is Schuyler Defeated. It's a plot moving song. That's all I have to say about that. Next song, it's The Addams Administration. Another plot moving song. I mean, when you go, sit down, John, you fat. That was kind of funny, but I mean, moving on. Meet Me Inside. It's like another short kind of like plot movie song. What Washington's really trying to do is keep Hamilton alive so he can go home and meet his child, and he doesn't see the inner workings of George Washington's mind. The next song is The Election of 1800. I don't care for it, but it's a nice palate cleanser right after It's Quiet Uptown. But also, Burr is so surprised that Hamilton didn't endorse him, but I'm like, you spent the whole musical insulting him. Like, how does it? Like, every so time he does that, he just insult after insult to this poor man. I mean, poor man. Next is Story of Tonight, not the reprise. The first Story of Tonight, there are barely any harmonies. It's the dry, lesser version of the reprise. The ending is pretty though, I'll give it that. Next is Blow Us All Away. I don't like the transition. And the reason I'm being nitty-picky about this is because the transitions in this musical are so good. They're so seamless. I mean, that transition from Winter's Ball to Helpless, unmatched. It's unmatched. You can't match it. You simply can't match it. You can't color match that. It's unmatched. So the transition from Burn to Blow Us All Away, I really don't like that for a couple reasons. One being, we just had this really slow like ballad that was like, that really made you feel emotions. And it's all about the Reynolds pamphlet and how she's reacting to her husband's affair. And then we go into Blow Us All Away, and it's this super happy song, and it's kind of centered around Philip but we don't even see him responding to the Reynolds pamphlet, in a sense, responding to the fact that his father publicly embarrassed him, his family, and his mother. So that was kind of a weird transition for me. I know that we get to see Philip respond when you watch the film, how he's like, he just like reads the letter and he like makes a face and walks off. But like, I kind of wanted to see more of that, and we don't. And also his father is a scoundrel, so I don't understand why Philip was so upset. He literally published a pamphlet detailing his affair with another woman. He's a scoundrel. Also, but the everything is legal in New Jersey line, hilarious. New Jersey, weird state. And then also, I love Anthony Ramos. I mean, I know this song is low on the list. I know it's at 41, but I love Anthony Ramos. Next song is Hurricane. It's a good song, but I'm conflicted. Maybe it's because it was Lin-Manuel Miranda singing it. And you know, Lin, he is a very talented man. He made this musical, he wrote this musical, and it's actually genius. He's a genius, but maybe singing is not his thing. I don't think it's his thing. So maybe if someone else was singing this song, I'd like it more. Also, his hair just looks very greasy. It had to be said. It had to be said. But at the ending where they tie in all the other songs, it makes it, it's a pretty song. I mean, it's okay. I would have liked other songs more, like, we'll get to that. We'll get to the songs that they cut. But I would have liked another song in this area instead. Next song is Best of Wives and Best of Women. It's a pretty song, and she's correct. Eliza is the best of wives. She is the best of women, one of the best of women. The other best would be Angelica, but she is the best of wives because she forgave you for not only cheating on her, but then telling the whole entire world about it. For what? For what? Okay, you know what? Let's not talk. Let's not get into it. Let's not get it. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Let's not get into it. Next is I Know Him. Ha. I laughed. I love The King. I think he's amazing. And I only ranked this song so far down at number 37 because his other songs are more up. It's like my least favorite of the 3 songs he does. But I love the way he stays on the stage after and like watches what happens and dancing around. It's funny. What Did I Miss? Is at number 36. I don't like this song. And I know this list is biased. It's so far down. I simply just don't like it. I didn't put it at like the bottom because I know in my head, I know in my heart that it's a good song. I just simply don't like it. I don't like it. It's also like the song is kind of jazzy, which is like almost like Thomas Jefferson missed the memo because we're not doing jazz anymore. We're doing rap, hip hop, and R&B. He missed the memo, which I guess is kind of fitting for his character because he's been in France the whole song. It's a good song. I'm just not a huge fan of it. The next one is Stay Alive. This song's it's all right. It's sweet. The next song is That Would Be Enough. Eliza is adorable. This song's also sweet. The next song, I like in Stay Alive, I love the beginning, that intro, that harmony. It's really pretty. I love harmonies. Next is Cabinet Battle 2. I mean, if you don't know, now you know, including Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Notorious B.I.G. Having that reference, very important. And Cabinet Battle is also just all tea. Like, it's all just like drama, and I live for drama. Next is Stay Alive Reprise. I can still feel the pain in my heart. I can still feel the pain. When I see the title, I begin to cry because I know what's about to happen, and that should tell you everything you need to know about the Stay Alive Reprise. The scream, the guttural yell at the end. I don't know that pain. Oh my God, if you're not crying, you just can't feel emotions. It's fine, you just can't feel emotions. And then when she rips her hand away from him, it was like a slight thing, but you could really see it in the film. I didn't notice it when I saw the musical, but the way she yells and then Hamilton grabs her hand because she's crying and then she rips her hand away, which is indicative of how she kind of blames him, as she should blame him, as she should. Her boy, He literally went out there to defend his father's honor. I'm like, Hamilton, like, I understand that like you like to take things personally, but you did just publish a pamphlet detailing your affair with another woman, and that like that is scoundrel behavior. That's scoundrel behavior. So if this man's insulting you, then maybe you should just take it to heart, put it in your head, in one ear, out the other, instead of letting Philip, your son, go to a dual. So it is your fault. Let's say what we all know. Hey, I'm not lying. I'm sorry. It's his fault. I can't even. Next is We Know. This song is messy. This song is messy. It's all tea. It's all drama. And we live for it. We live for it. When Jefferson goes, what? Comedy. Hilarious. Next is My Shot. I like this song a lot, but we sang this song in my chorus. Not that it was bad or anything, it's just that it kind of ruined the song for me. Like, it's not like we did a bad job, it's just that like now when I listen to the song, instead of like really hearing the song, I hear like, oh, this is the part where I go, whoa, 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 which kind of ruined it for me. But it's a good song. There are like bars in it. I love this like this group dynamic where they're just like rapping. It's really cute. Also the way Alexander looks at that one waitress is indicative of how thirsty he will become in the end. Ryan Reynolds. Next is Aaron Burr, Sir. I love this one because I always go back and forth doing all the roles. Hercules Mulligan. Need I say more? Do you need to hear anything else? Didn't think so. The next song is The Room Where It Happens. This song is low-key a banger. It's definitely a plot moving song, but as you notice that most of the plot moving songs on my list, this is at number 27, most of the plot moving songs on my list are more towards the bottom, and this song made it towards the top because it's a good song. It's very well done. And this is also when ambitious Burr is kind of pushed out into the world, and this is where he starts doing like shady things or stops waiting for it. We'll get to that song. And kind of going for click, click, boom. Next song is Washington on Your Side. I love the beginning of the song when Aaron Burr starts singing and Thomas Jefferson's like, where did he come from? Comedy, hilarious. The song is definitely underrated. People like to ignore it because it's not as flashy as the other songs, but it's a good song. The part where James Madison comes out and goes, which I wrote, felt that. Because sometimes you just need to take ownership for it. You did it. You wrote the Bill of Rights. Take ownership for it. And they all really hate Hamilton, but I mean, it is what it is. A Winter's Ball. Burr really hates Hamilton. How does it? Like every single time, just insult after insult after insult. But then he's reliable with the ladies. This song is definitely some comedic relief. It's funny. This transition, the transition. One of the reasons why this song is at 25 is because this transition is insane. To transition the hey, ooh, like that was so good. You can't make up a transition like that. You can't make up talent like that. It can't be manufactured. Next song is The World Was Wide Enough. This song is sad. When Burr sings and then he said, and then when Burr sings, they say Angelica and Eliza, and then Angelica and Eliza come in. I felt that right here. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think this song was meant to make me pity Burr, and I don't. You did what you did. You know you did it. So moving on. The next song is Story of Tonight Reprise. Harmonies, beautiful. I love the sound of tenors. I love it when tenors sing. And people like this is the reprise, and I actually can't believe it, because why is the reprise so much better than the original one? And again, it's comedic relief. The little dance they do at the end, so funny. And it's annoying because like throughout the music we watch it and we see that like Burr hates Hamilton, yet he gets invited to the bachelor party. Does that make sense to you? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Next song is Right Hand Man. The beginning when they go 32,000 troops in New York Harbor. That harmony is so pretty. And then also when Washington goes, close the door on your way out to Burr. I was like, wow, no one is giving him anything. Because they don't care about him, because they don't like him, because he's not likable. Talk less, smell more, shut up. I think Christopher Jackson should try being bald. Just an observation. He has his hair cut in a very short cut right now, but I think that he could pull off being a bald man. Quarantine's the perfect time to quarantine. It's the perfect time to do it. Just shave off your head. Side note. Oh, Aaron Burr, during Right Hand Man, Aaron Burr does this weird like wide leg stance while he's like talking to Christopher Jackson, talking to George Washington. It made me uncomfortable. It was like, why are your legs so wide? Next is Cabinet Battle 1. Hamilton is very bold. I think it's the better of the two cabinet battles. Hamilton is very bold in this cabinet battle, considering he like just met Thomas Jefferson. But the idea of even doing a rap battle in the first place is just genius. So Lin-Manuel Miranda, this is something you're good at. Next is Reynolds pamphlet. Watching Philip discover the affair is sad. Like, it's only like a split second, but like Hamilton really didn't think about his family at all when he published it, which is pretty ghetto. Okay, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about the fact that we were robbed. One more time for the people in the back. Robbed of experiencing Angelica's rage. Her rage. We didn't get to see it because they cut Congratulations, and this is the cut I was talking about. You kept Hurricane, and you cut Congratulations. I'm gonna let you guys take that. And if you don't know what Congratulations is, look it up. Because Congratulations, you can just see that Angelica has insane amounts of gratitude. That it's just not, pause. If you don't know what gratitude is, look it up. Watch the Bratz movie, it's on Netflix. Look it up. But she has insane amounts of gratitude. She gets, and also in the end, oh my God, when she goes, ooh, and she's talking to him and she's like, I'm standing at her side, you can never be satisfied, gotta hope you're satisfied, that those lines as she like gets close and gets into his face and she's like, gotta hope you're satisfied. Gratitude. Her gratitude can't be matched. And that's why we needed Congratulations. That's why we needed a whole song devoted to Angelica reading Hamilton for filth. Because he's filth. He's the scum at the bottom of my shoe. Next. The next song is Alexander Hamilton. I like the intimate connection with the audience at the beginning. This is a masterclass on how to start a show. This is how you start a show. They start the show with telling you exactly what's going to happen in the entire show. You know he's going to die. You know these three women love him. You know these people are dying for him. So you know what's going to happen, yet you're still hooked. That's how you start a show. Masterclass, hey, you, do you want a lesson on how to start a show? Watch Hamilton. That's how you do it. Chills. The harmonies are beautiful. But Leslie Odom Jr.'s lips did look like they were ashy, like his surrounding area, so just a little bit of lotion there. Next is History Has Its Eyes on You. The ensemble make this song. The harmonies they sing, the dissonance, beautiful. Next is You'll Be Back. Spit. Why are you spitting on me? Okay, I like this song. Y'all all know I like this song. I love this character. He's so funny, and Jonathan Groff really did his thing with this character. But the spit. As I was watching it, I kept on wiping my... Oh no. As I was watching it, I kept on wiping my lip because I just felt like I could feel the spit. Disgusting, but he's an actor. Masterclass on how to act. Masterclass on how to build a character up from the bottom. He only, think about it. Let's just think about it. He appears on the stage, what, 3 times? And you remember him because he's a character. He's an actor. Masterclass on how to act. Masterclass on how to take a small role and make it big. Period. And when he shoulders, and when he said, can't go on, like that's high, especially for a man, and he's singing that. Talent. You can't make it up. You can't make up talent. You can't make it up. It's in his blood. He was born with it. I was born this way. He was born that way. Next song is Wait For It. Once again, talent. Leslie, you didn't have to. You didn't have to snap on us like that. He didn't have to snap, but he did. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for that part in the play so I can watch it again. The chorus and the ensemble, it's just elite. It's a beautiful song. Next song is Burn. And yes, I said burn and I didn't say helpless yet. Yes, I said Burn. Yes, I said Burn is the worst song. Not the worst song. It's that number. Calm down. Hey guys, Hakuna your tatas. Hakuna your tatas. It's at number 15, okay? But it's not better than Helpless. I had to say I'm sorry, okay? It had to be said, okay? This song's beautiful. This song's heartbreaking. But you know what we really have to talk about? What we really have to get into? First Burn. Let's get into it. Let's get into First Burn. Beautiful. What I like about First Burn, which is why after listening to First Burn, I never heard Burn the same. First Burn, we get the anger. And I think when I was watching the musical, when I watched the musical for the first time, when I heard the soundtrack for the first time, when I got to this part in the musical, I felt anger. And I wanted to see Eliza's anger. I wanted to see her anger. But Burn, it's a very passive response. Because I mean, the whole musical, Eliza's this incredibly sweet, adorable character, and I want to see her mad. But I felt like in Burn, her response was very passive. She's just like, I'm erasing myself from the narrative, which was sad, and I'm burning all the letters you gave me because you're whack. But I want to see her anger. And that line where she goes, I see how you look at my sister. We have to talk about it. It needs to be discussed. The relationship between Angelica and Hamilton need to be discussed. Because there are obviously strong feelings for each other. Regardless of whether or not they actually had an affair, there was obviously an emotional affair. And it had to be talked about. And there's no way she didn't see it. So I needed that. And if First Burn was the one that made the final cut, this song may have been in my top 5. It may have made it to the top 5, but instead it's at number 15. Next is Helpless. Number 14. Philippa Sue's incredibly talented. She's the voice of an angel. She's the range of an angel. Okay? She can do it. Eliza's adorable. We all knew it. Philippa Sue's an actress. This song tells us like a 6-month story. Like it brings you all the way. Like, oh my God, so well done. Peggy's little dance, she's adorable. Hercules Mulligan being the flower girl. Comedy, this is great. Next is Your Obedient Servant. That's number 13. I live for this song. It's all tea, it's all shade, and I live for the drama. 30 years of disagreements? The pettiness, Hamilton's pettiness is unmatched. It's unmatched. Say No to This was actually the first song I listened to when like someone was telling me about the musical. This is the first song they played for me, and I was automatically sucked in. I was automatically sucked in, slurped in. I went down the toilet bowl. That is Hamilton, but it's not. Whoop. Maybe toilet bowl was not the best description because it's a masterpiece. It's a masterclass. I've already established that. But the drama. I was roped in by the drama. The letter. Dear Sir, I hope this letter finds you in good health and in a prosperous enough position to put wealth in the pockets of people like me that are their luck. You see, that was my wife. You decide to, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. But the letter, the drama. It's the first song I ever listened to and it brought me in. And he keeps saying, what really surprises me, what makes me laugh, what makes me ha ha ha, I find it ha ha funny, is that he keeps saying, how can I say no to this? How can I say no to this? But you just said no 10,000 times. And now you tried to tell me you don't know how to say no, but I hear you say no. You say no to this, but then you can't say no. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Next, the Schuyler Sisters, Cultural Reset. Amanda BB already said this, but Cultural Reset. Work. 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 Everyone knows Schuyler Sisters. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Peggy walking in like a petulant child, being the little sister she is, correct. And it just shows you how good of an actress Jasmine is. Because if you compare how Peggy acts to how Mariah Reynolds acts, insane. She's so talented. And it's your first introduction. It gives you your first taste. Oh my God. Of the talent of the queen that is Renee Elise Goldsberry. I cannot stress enough she's a queen, and you know I'm gonna get into it. You know I'm gonna get into it at a certain song. You know I'll get into it. So let's wait till then. And when Aaron Burr says I'm a trust fund, baby, you can trust me. Hilarious, comedy, and it's witty. It's witty. This musical has wit. It has wit. It's witty. Next song is Yorktown. I love this song. It's so fun. It's a great way to show like a war scenario. It's really fun. Hercules Mulligan once again makes this song. He makes this song. And wait, can we talk about Oak for a second? Hercules Mulligan versus James Madison. Let's talk about it. Let's literally sit down and talk about it. The way he plays James Madison, so like quiet, just at moments being like, oh, which I wrote, we need your help, like compared to Hercules Mulligan. It just shows his ability. It shows his range. Because some of you don't have range. Some of you don't have range. It had to be said. Did you hear me? It had to be said. Some of you don't have range. But Oak, he has range. He has range. And the ending of the song when the chorus comes in with the world turned upside down. Beautiful, beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss. Next, oh my God. Next is One Last Time. Now we're in my top 5. Let me tell you something about my top 5. These songs are continually changing orders. It depends on my mood. Like right now, One Last Time is at number 5 on this list, but in my head after watching it again this morning, it's not top 5. It's not in 5 anymore. It's probably in top 3. But we're gonna talk about One Last Time. Let's talk about Christopher. Let's talk about Christopher Jackson. Let's talk about him. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. The runs, the talent. It's just the part where Hamilton is speaking the speech, which he should be doing is speaking, and then Christopher is singing, harmonizing with his words. It's just honey. His voice, it feels like warm cornbread with butter on it. Just velvety and rich and soft, and it just makes you wanna The next song is Satisfied. You already know what I'm gonna say. You already know exactly what I'm gonna say. You already know what I'm gonna say. Queen Renee Goldsberry. Queen Miss Renee. Miss Renee knows how to sing. Let me tell you something. Miss Renee knows how to sing. And what Miss Renee also knows how to do is how to act. We can talk about how good Miss Renee is at singing anytime, but Miss Renee can sing like that and tell a story with her face, with her eyes. Some of you movie star Oscar winners can't do that. Some of your favorites can't do that. But there's a reason why she won the Tony. There's a reason why she won the Tony. Philippa Sue didn't win the Tony, and Philippa Sue would have won the Tony if she wasn't against Cynthia Erivo. We all know it. Because Cynthia did something with her role in Color Purple. She did something there. She made it. And that girl can sing. But back to the topic at hand, Queen Renee, she can act. The talent just jumps off the screen, and I'm there trying to accept her talent. Trying to pour it into my pores, trying to accept, trying to manifest it through the process of osmosis. I'm just trying to inhale it. The talent. When they do, let's just talk about choreography really quick. Let's just talk about the choreography. When she says rewind, and they proceed to do all the choreography they just did in Helpless and Winter's Ball backwards, and then do the same choreography again, but now with a different focal point. Now the focus is put on Angelica, and if you go back to the film and watch what she's doing during Winter's Ball and what everyone's doing, if you focus on her doing Winter's Ball and Helpless, you will see that during Satisfied, they do the same exact choreography, but faster and with a different focus. You know, like that is just genius. That is just genius. You can't make up that type of mind. The mind of the choreographer, the mind of Lin-Manuel Miranda, his mind, it's just different. The choreography is insane. And also my heart just broke with her, where she's just like, I love my sister so much, I'd sacrifice my own happiness for her. How selfless. Selfless. She's selfless. And she's beautiful while doing it. I can't believe she did that twice a day. Twice a day for months, she sang her heart out in that song. Like she sang it. She sang her heart out twice a day. I would lose my voice. My voice would be gone. But it's called, what is it called? It's called Talent. There's a reason why she won the Tony. Let's leave it at that. Next song is It's quiet uptown. And you know who makes this song? Guess. Renee Lee Goldsberry. Miss Renee. Let's talk about Miss Renee again. A masterclass by Miss Renee, because my good sis can act. She can act. There are moments that when she comes out and her eyes are already filled with tears. A tear's not streaked down yet, but they're filled. They're glassy. You push away what we get. This song brings me to tears every single time. Every single time, without fail. And you know why? Because of Renee. And then when I watch it, I get a new set of tears. And you know why? Because of Philippa Sue. She did not come to play. She simply did not come to play in this song. She arrives on stage with an emotionless stare and tear-streaked cheeks. Just looking at her face made me sad. Because she can act. Because she can act. Acting. That's what acting is. That's what acting is. This is what masterclass on acting is. How can you look at me with an emotionless stare? Look into my eyes with an emotionless stare, tear-streaked cheeks, and make me feel the emotions you're feeling. The pain you're feeling. The talent. It's new, it's different, it's something special that's never been done before. It's never been done before. And it can't be matched. It cannot be matched. Now it's Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story. I'm slightly more partial to the slower songs because they give more opportunity for like prettier runs, prettier, what's the word I'm looking for? Prettier melodies, prettier harmonies, like longer harmonies so you can really hear. And Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story just does that in the best way possible. In the best way possible. When Angelica comes out, when Eliza says, I rely on, and she comes out and says, Angelica, and they look at each other, when he's alive, we tell your story. When I saw it in 2016, at that part they held hands, and it was cute saying they didn't do that in the film. She goes like, and she like squeezes her hands like, we tell your story, and they look at it, oh my god, just don't even, oh my god, don't even get me started. Just simply don't even get me started, because if I start now, I'll go on for days. But it's just beautiful, and it made me cry. And when she said the orphanage, shut up. When she said the orphanage, shut up, Eliza. The orphanage? Are you trying to make me cry? Did you want to make me cry? Was that your goal? And let's talk about the ending. If you've seen the film and not just listened to the soundtrack, or if you've seen the musical, you know that at the end she looks out on the stage and she gasps. And it's so dramatic. And when I saw it back in 2016, I thought that this was her taking her last breath, and that she sees Alexander in heaven, and it's exactly what she wanted. Because she says, because the last line she actually sings is, oh, I can't wait to see you again. It's only a matter of time. And then so I thought it was like her seeing him again. But stop the track, scratch the record. A new theory has emerged that at that point it's Lin-Manuel Miranda bringing her to the front of the stage. And then she proceeds to break the fourth wall, and she sees the audience, and she sees that her goal was achieved, that someone is telling his story, telling her story. Because it's not called, let me just say something. The musical is not called Alexander Hamilton. The musical is called Hamilton. And you know who's also a Hamilton? Eliza. So they're also telling her story. So she sees that the story is being told, and she's overwhelmed with emotions that her life goal has been completed, that she did it. And she can finally rest. She can finally rest. Now, number one is Nonstop. I love this song. Because it's genius. It's genius the way, oh my god, the way they tie all the songs from Act 1 into this song to provide it's the perfect end to the Act 1 that is the puzzle of Act 1. It's so beautiful. And oh my god, stage direction. Masterclass on stage direction and the use of a stage. Let's talk about it. The circle throughout the, I haven't talked about this yet, but throughout the musical, they really use that moving, the inner moving circle and the outer moving circle, and it really helps to tell the story. But in this moment, the part where Angelica comes out and she's walking with Hamilton, and I just hit something, and she tells him that she's getting married, and he's like, and I'm like, Hamilton, you're married. Why are you looking at her like that? You're married. You're married. Anyways, don't tempt her because you know she loves you. You're married. But she goes, don't forget to write. And then the circle starts moving and she's reaching out to him and she's saying, don't forget to write. And she's moving away from him and he's still looking at her. And that's as Eliza comes into view. And he only starts finally looking at Eliza a little while later, which is indicative of their relationship. During Take a Break, as Eliza's waiting for him to come to dinner because it's Philip's 9th birthday, he's writing love letters to Angelica. It's indicative of their relationship. But the stage direction is beautiful. The way that she's like ripped from him because the stage is moving and Eliza moves in, which is also kind of like there's the whole circumstance of their relationship. She was kind of ripped away from him because of the circumstances surrounding her being the firstborn and her father not having any sons, and Eliza's pushed into her place, which is exactly what happened. So that was just really great. And then Blackout. That's how you end. That's how you end. That is how you end an act. Blackout. Nonstop is such a good song. Why do the ending when they're all like layered? He will never be sad enough to be, never be sad but satisfied. Oh my God, Queen Renee, we already knew it. We already knew Queen Renee didn't come to play. We already knew Queen Renee gives her whole soul when she goes on stage, and she leaves her soul on stage and she gives it her all. So we already knew what was gonna happen. But oh my God, when it's all like history has it, why do you, but like, oh my God, come on. You already knew what was happening. Best song. I love this musical. That was my number one. I love this musical. I think that it's definitely my favorite. It's probably my favorite. Just because of Renee Lee Salisbury. But I really suggest you go on YouTube and find like ghetto bootleg versions of the original songs, hearing songs like No John Trumbull, the song Let It Go, the original version of Skylar Defeated, Congratulations, the original version of Burns, First Burn. They're such beautiful songs, and I really wish, I know that Broadway has certain rules that a show has to be under 3 hours, and that they have to be set 46 songs, but like, I would really, like, I don't care how long it is, I would really have loved to see the original version of Hamilton, where it would include all those songs that got taken away from us when it's made its way to the big leagues. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, subscribe, and if you have any suggestions on stuff you want me to watch and talk about, I'm always taking new suggestions because I watch so much TV and movies that I'm literally running out. Like, I literally don't have a lot to watch anymore because I've watched everything. Like, I've gone through almost all of Netflix. I mean, they keep on adding trash TV shows and I refuse to watch them. But I will take suggestions and write reviews. But if you suggest a TV show, like, just know that it's gonna take, I'm gonna have to watch the whole show like twice, 3 times, 4 times. It's gonna take longer. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.